That was almost like, as well as he's throwing, you don't need to give him that one. That was borderline best.
He's plenty good on his own.
2 outs, nobody on. Jordan Rogers 0 for 2. A hard grounder to the shortstop and a strikeout looking. That's just outside for ball 1. Of the 9 strikeouts, only 2 have been called third strikes. That one just now to Johnson, and the one to Rogers was kind of borderline up at the top of the strike zone. 1-0. Checks and takes a strike on that slider down and away, 1-1.
And he's settled into like 89, 90 with his fastball, so it is not like he is blowing people away, but all these takes just look so uncomfortable. Guys just not on time.
1-1 fastball, a little high, 2-1. It is typical, I haven't looked real closely, but it's typical these first couple of days of the tournament to see a lot of scouts here, and I'm sure Gillespie is one of the guys they wanted to see. He is draft eligible. 2-1. Swing and a miss. That time had him out in front, and it's 2-2.
He'd be an interesting draft case because he doesn't throw hard, which typically is like an eliminator immediately, but he has a very good spin rate on that slider, and so sometimes they'll take a shot on a guy like that.
2-2, and a swing and a miss. Rogers down swinging. That's 10 strikeouts for Blake Gillespie through 6 innings. And after 5.5, it is still 6-0, 49ers.
Do you struggle with removing pet hair from clothes? Now Maytag offers a complete laundry solution engineered for homes with pets. The Pet Pro option lifts and captures pet hair from clothes in both the washer and dryer. Shop Maytag Top Load Laundry today at Litton's Appliance and conquer pet hair like a pro. Check out all the sales-priced Maytag appliances at Litton's Appliance, conveniently located at 123 South Hillside.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. swishradio.com, code RADIO.
Shocker Sports are brought to you by American Family Insurance. In Wichita, see agents Brad Woody and Ryan Woods. In Derby, see agent Gene Geringer.
This is KFH.
Go to the bottom of the 6th. Charlotte leading 6-0. Want to remind you, Shocker fans, that the 2025 Black and Yellow Gala presented by Equity Bank is Wichita State Athletics' premier fundraising event, directly benefiting all 16 Shocker athletic programs. Make plans to join the Shockers on Saturday, August 16th at Charles Koch Arena for an evening of entertainment featuring live and silent auctions and an opportunity to mingle with Shocker coaches and student athletes. Support the Shockers and experience a night you won't forget. Purchase a table for your group or individual tickets today at GoShockers.com/tickets or by calling the Shocker ticket office at 316-978-FANS. That is 316-978-FANS. In the bottom of the 6th, Juan Rivera leads off for Charlotte. Left-handed hitting second baseman, and he hits it in the air to left. It's going to get out of play, I believe, down the line. Gustafson over, and as we talked about earlier, just no foul territory over there. It landed up in the stands. Rivera today has walked and scored, singled to drive in a run, and flied to center. So officially 1 for 2. Jeremiah Arnett. That ball is driven into right field. Rogers on the run. He's going to turn and play it off the wall. Rivera headed for second, and the throw not quite in time. That was a ball that Rogers had to just stop and turn as the ball was going to be over his head, hit the fence on the fly. And it's a leadoff double for Rivera. Jeremiah Arnett with 2 2/3 previous innings. That's the second hit that he's given up, and both have been doubles.
Arnett actually pitched in the championship game of last year's conference tournament against Tulane, turned in an inning and a third scoreless to keep Wichita State within striking distance. And Arnett didn't pitch a ton last year, so that was a huge outing for him.
Here is Logan Poteet, and he swings and misses at a breaking ball down for strike 1. Poteet fly deep to right center in the first, singled up the middle to drive in a run in the second, and lined back to Arnett in the third. So he is 1 for 3. Bounces that one to the left side. Johnson, the third baseman, has it. Looked the runner back to second. Fires across to first for the out. One gone in the sixth, and the batter will be Connor Marinak, who's looking for something to turn his day around. He's been up 3 times, has struck out 3 times, twice against Grant Adler and once against Jeremiah Arnett. Charlotte leading 6-0. They now have 10 hits on the board. The first pitch to Marinak, fouled into the dirt for strike 1. Wichita State 7-12 all-time in this tournament. This is their 7th tournament, 8th year in the league. Of course, there was no tournament in 2020. 0-1, and beat into the dirt again. No balls and 2 strikes. The Shockers in previous visits here have gone 3-3 in the first round. Last year, their best showing ever. 3-2, lost on a walk-off in the championship game to Tulane. The only other time here that they won as many as 2 games was in 2019. That one's high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That 2019 situation was one of the most unique in Shocker history. They were the 8th seed, played East Carolina, the 1 seed, upset them, then had to play them again in an elimination game in the 3rd round and beat them again. They ended up going 2-2 that year. They were eliminated in the next game. There's a ground ball to the left side. The runner's going to go to third. Durnan up, long throw to make, and gets it there in time. Ball was toward the hole, and a good read by the runner at second, Rivera, that he'd have time to get to third. Durnan got the out at first. There are 2 gone.
Yeah, very good read by Rivera, because traditionally that is a play you would stay put on, but he just read that it was not hit hard enough to get to Durnan in time where he could make a throw to third. The only play was going to be at first there. Good strong arm from Durnan to rifle that one across for the out.
Brings up Dawson Bryce, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Arnett into the stretch. And his first pitch to Bryce, and that's hit in the air toward right center. Duncan going back. Looks like he's found the room and makes the catch on the warning track to end the inning. So twice today, Arnett has given up a double with less than 2 outs, but has ended up stranding a runner at third both times. It's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. A really good job by Jeremiah Arnett, but the Shockers trail 6-0.
Mother Nature has a split personality. Sometimes she's sweet and gentle. Other times she's unpredictable, heartless, and incredibly destructive. So when Mother Nature's bad side catches you off guard, there's just one place to call.
From drips to disasters, when Mother Nature's giving you problems, call Butler Plumbing and Restoration. We answer our phones 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even weekends and holidays. We'll be there fast to do the job right and for a fair price. Butler Plumbing and Restoration. We're here when you need us the most, 24/7. Call 316-682-4034. Plumbing license number 6433.
Hi, Bud Conklin here, just running through a quick checklist of everything you need to know about the Conklin Automotive Group. Things like having 4 generations of Conklin serve you with 3 locations in Hutchinson, Newton, and Salina. Over 400 new and used vehicles on our lots with 10 makes of new cars. We've got what you need where you want it. Each location has a certified service department, and our 3 body shops are among the best in the state. If you want to shop somewhere else to spend more and get less, that's up to you. That's not what I would do, but I won't judge. So check us out online at ConklinCars.com.
Shocker Sports are brought to you by American Family Insurance. In Wichita, see Agent Angela Valentine. In Mulvane, see Agent Kirk Farber.
Sports Radio KFH.
Wichita State comes to bat in the top of the 7th, trailing Charlotte 6-0. That's been the score since the 3rd inning. The 49ers scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. Jeremiah Arnett has shut them out now for 3 2/3 innings, but the Shockers just haven't come close to scoring on Blake Gillespie. They got 2 runners in the same inning in the 4th, a leadoff walk and a 1-out single, but those runners were stranded there, and those are the only base runners they've had through the first 6. It will be Josh Livingston, Cole Dillon, and Jaden Gustafson coming up to start the 7th. Livingston had that one-out single in the fourth, has the Shockers' only hit. The first pitch to him is a strike up at the top of the zone. He also lined out to the right fielder his first time up. He's had 2 solid swings against Gillespie. Nobody else can say that today. The right-hander into the wind, the 0-1. That's bounced foul over toward the first base dugout. Josh Livingston came into the game hitting .286. He was just 1 for 9 against Charlotte in the regular season series back at the beginning of April in Charlotte. Wind to the 0-2. That's hit hard to right field. The right fielder going back, looks like he's got room, and makes the catch right at the front of the warning track for the out.
Got in just enough. Sound didn't quite sound like he caught it right on the barrel, and just enough room for Furch to get back there.
So here is Cole Dillon, up twice and has struck out swinging twice. Really uncharacteristic for the way he's been swinging the bat. Came into the game hitting .302. The wind by Gillespie, the pitch, and a fastball outside. Cole Dillon ended a 13-game hitting streak with an 0 for 5 day against Memphis on Friday, and then was 0 for 2 Saturday with 2 walks. So through his first 2 at-bats today, 0 for his last 9. That ball's a little floater toward right center, and the second baseman gets out to make the catch. Off the bat, I thought that might carry on into right center for a hit, but it just kind of died as the second baseman, Rivera, backtracked a couple of steps to haul it in. Little humpback liner for the second out. And the batter, Jaden Gustafson, who has struck out and flied to center, but has battled the count both times up. Left-handed hitter, and they go into a shift on him. And the first pitch to him is a fastball away for a called strike. We've seen that plenty with Josh Livingston this year, not as much with Gustafson, and Gustafson will get a fair share of his hits to left and left center. They are playing him like a pull hitter here. 3 infielders on the right side. Fastball in, just missed in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Even his misses look like strikes. It's like they're calculated misses.
1-1 to Gustafson. And if you're going to play that shift, pitch him in, and that's what he's done. 1-1 delivery, and that's fouled back to the screen. This has been kind of a master class put on by Blake Gillespie today.
And he is not really a high-emotion guy either. He just looks so robotic in the way that he goes about his business. Gets the ball back, plants on the first base side of the rubber, throws the pitch, does the same thing over and over again.
1-2, high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if he gets you no reaction.
Yeah, just comfortable, calm, under control.
2 out, bases empty in the top of the 7th. A 2-2 count to Gustafson. And that one is low and outside, all the way full. He walked Johnson on a 3-1 pitch in the 4th. And just checking, that's only the second time. This is the second time he's gone to a 3-ball count. 3-2 now on Gustafson. And the pitch, fouled it back. Almost slipped it by him on the inside corner. Got just a little bit of it. Gillespie had a 10-pitch inning in the first, a 7-pitch inning in the third, a 10-pitch inning in the 5th, somewhat extended 12-pitch inning in the 6th. He's just been very efficient. 3-2 to Jaden Gustafson, and the pitch. Hit hard into right field. It's going to get down inside the line and toward the corner. This will be extra bases as Gustafson rolls into second base with a stand-up double. So another good at-bat for Jaden Gustafson. He has really battled Gillespie today and gets the Shockers' second hit with a 2-out double here in the 7th.
He's looked, I would say, the most comfortable along with Josh Livingston of the Shocker hitters. Fouling pitches off with 2 strikes and knowing that Gillespie certainly doesn't want to walk him leading by 6, so he was likely going to get something out over the plate there, and he hit that one really hard.
Mauricio Millan 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts swinging, both times on 3 pitches. He has not seen Gillespie very well so far. Runner at second, 2 outs, and Mo takes a strike up right at the top of the zone. Millan came into the game hitting .281. Blake Gillespie stepped off for a moment, back on the rubber. 0-1. That's in for a strike. Started up and broke down to the strike zone. He's thrown 2 straight pitches kind of up and away to Millan for called strikes. Nothing in 2. Quick look back to second, and the pitch. And he struck him out on a fastball. Millan goes down for the 3rd time on strikes. Gillespie has struck out 11, and for Wichita State, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. At the 7th inning stretch, it is still 6-0 Charlotte.
At Citywide Facility Solutions, we represent you. From janitorial services to building repairs, we act as your advocate, streamlining every service you need. Let us handle the details so you can focus on your business. Citywide is the official maintenance partner of Shocker Athletics. We're here to save time and simplify your facility maintenance needs. Learn more at GoCitywide.com. That's GoCitywide.com.
In Sedgwick County, 1 in 4 crash fatalities involve alcohol. We have to do better. You can do your part to prevent crashes and serious injuries caused by impaired driving. Be a Shocker fan with a plan. It's simple. If you are going to be drinking, plan ahead, designate a sober driver. Or there's convenient curbside rideshare drop-off and pickup right here at X Stadium and at sporting events across Wichita. Wichita State Athletics is proud to join the Kansas Drive to Zero Coalition and encourage you to join fans with a plan. That's how we all win.
Shocker Sports are brought to you by American Family Insurance. In Wichita, see Agents John Green and Sean Chapman. In Andover, see Agent Wes Sawyer.
This is KFH.
Charlotte will come to bat in the bottom of the 7th with their 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the order. Jeremiah Arnett, 3 2/3 scoreless innings, 2 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout for Jerry. He's only needed 32 pitches in 3 2/3. Both hits he's given up have been doubles, and he has managed to strand both of those runners at third, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th. He'll face Carson Bain leading it off, and then Spencer Nolan and Noah Furch. Carson Bain 0 for 3. Lined out to center his last time up on a ball that Caleb Duncan made a good play on. Going back, got a quick drop step, able to go back and get it just before it sailed over his head. Bain has also grounded into a force play at short and popped to second. Good hitter, good player. He's the left fielder for the 49ers. First pitch to him. It's grounded up the middle, and Durnan won't get there. It's by the shortstop and into center for a base hit. So the 11th hit overall for Charlotte, the 3rd off Arnett. And that's the first time since Jerry entered the game. Oh, second time. Sorry, I was going to say first time he'd given up a leadoff runner, but did give up a leadoff double in the 6th. So a man on, and the batter will be Spencer Nolan. He's gone 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, and then hit a ball deep to center that Duncan ran down his last time up. Charlotte came into the game hitting .420 in its last 4 games, .343 over the last 10, and they're piling up hits again today. They have 11. Nolan showed bunt, takes a fastball for a strike. It will be interesting to see if they run Gillespie back out there. We've got him at 92 pitches, and
yeah, kind of a in-between spot here for Charlotte, isn't it?
Toss to first, runner back.
I'm not sure 6-0 is quite big enough of a lead to say, oh, we can just throw whoever out there.
That was kind of my thought. If they don't score again here, you wonder. They'll probably send him back out, I would think. 0-1. Showed bunt again, takes low, so he seems to be serious about bunting. The count goes to 1-1, and that might be the thought here. Let's get one more across at least.
Plus, at 92, I don't know how many bullets you're really saving. You know, if you get him out of there after 70 pitches or something like that, that's meaningful.
Again, squares to bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. And he's at the point now where I don't think they'd even think about bringing him back later in the tournament. So, I don't know. We'll see. They've got somebody out there stretching a little bit in the bullpen, but nobody's actually throwing.
Shockers have Carson Richard throwing, as well as a lefty.
Fastball low. It's 2-2 to Nolan.
I think that's Drew Iverson, who's more casually playing catch. Richard looks to be the one warming up with a catcher.
And somebody for Charlotte now is starting to toss a little bit. Throw to first base and the runner back. Carson Bain is 0 for 4 as a base stealer. The count is 2-2 to Nolan. He was showing bunt till he got 2 strikes on him, and then the last time ready to swing with the count 1-2. It's even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The stretch by Arnett, and the pitch. That's hit in the air to center. Duncan going back and over a few steps to his left. He's there to make the catch, runner tagging, and then holds up as the throw comes in. Another good job by Caleb Duncan, not only to catch the ball, but get his body positioned so he could unload the throw quickly and hold the runner at first.
Yeah, the important thing there is getting behind that baseball so that the runner sees you've got your momentum moving towards second base. Smart play by Bain to tag just in case and see if Duncan fumbles or does something incorrectly there, but that was well handled out in center.
1 out, runner at first, batter Noah Furch, who has grounded out, had an infield single, and popped to third. The first pitch from Arnett, swung on and missed. That was a good breaking ball down. Again, Jerry has really located well today. 1 out, runner at first in the bottom of the second. Charlotte has been leading 6-0 since the third inning. Pick to first, runner back. Yeah, that one a little closer. No balls, 1 strike to Noah Furch. Bats 7th in the order. Came in hitting .254. And the pitch. Pop foul, out of play behind home plate, 0-2. Still to come, a game between the 6th seed, East Carolina, and the 3th seed, South Florida. And that's one of 2 first-round games in the tournament today that match teams that just played 3 games this past weekend. They played 3 games in Tampa. The game between Rice and UTSA was their 4th meeting since last Thursday. 0-2. Just missed down with a breaking ball, 1-2. As it stands now, Wichita State will play the loser of that East Carolina-South Florida game. It would be the second of 2 games tomorrow, both elimination contests. Throw to first, runner back, and that was pretty close. Good pick over by Arnett.
Bain's got a lead that looks like he might be interested in going here. But I doubt they'd send him, especially with 2 strikes on Furch. He's such a strikeout candidate.
1-2, just outside. We haven't mentioned that, but if Furch does strike out, he sets a single-season record at Charlotte. Arnett with the 2-2. Just down and in a little bit. Just missed low and inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Furch has struck out 69 times in now 212 at-bats, including 3 today. See if the runner takes off now. 3-2, throw over. Arnett thinking the same thing. Bain has done a lot of diving back in this at-bat to Noah Furch.
That is a dirty jersey over there.
Not going, 3-2, low and inside for ball 4. First walk issued by Jeremiah Arnett. and it puts runners at first and second with one out.
Those are the really frustrating ones. And you've got a strikeout-prone hitter 0-2, and you're just not able to throw anything close enough to the zone to get a chase or get him to put something in play either. That's one that Jerry would really like to have back.
Time called. Anthony Claggett, the Shocker pitching coach, out to the mound. Having mentioned, they have a right-hander and a left-hander out there, so we'll see if he wants to go to the left-hander, which we believe is Iverson, to face this one left-handed hitter coming up. Blake Martin today has walked twice and lined to center. So far, no signal to the pen. Usually when he comes out to make a move, it's pretty quick. Plate umpire A.J. Wendell out to see if what's going to happen here. Looks like he'll stay with Jeremiah Arnett. Blake Martin walked and scored in the second, walked again in the third, and then the one previous time that he's faced Arnett, lined to center in the fifth. Came into the game hitting .222 in just 45 at-bats. First pitch to him, inside for ball one. Martin listed as an outfielder on the roster, DHing today. This is his 15th start. And that's low to 0. And all of a sudden, Arnett, who's really been spotting everything up, starting to miss a little more consistently.
Well, he's got to be nearing the end of his rope. He's closing in on a career high in terms of innings pitched. 4 2/3, the longest that he has gone.
And missed low again. And all three of those have been way down out of the zone, and so was the last pitch to Furch. So 3-0, 2 on, 1 out. Charlotte looking for the opportunity to maybe just put this one totally away, already up 6-0. .30 pitch, taking all the way, and it's high for ball 4. So they are loaded up. Caleb Estes will be coming up there, the 9-hole hitter. Second walk by Arnett. They've come back-to-back. Grant Adler walked 2 in his 2 1/3, so the Shocker pitchers have now passed 4. No movement from the dugout. He's going to face Estes, who has a bunt single, a single up the middle. Well, now here comes Anthony Claggett, so he is coming out, and we will have a change. Estes 2 for 3 will come up with the bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. We have a call to the bullpen brought to you by Capital Federal. Trusted banking and loans for your family, home, and business. True Blue for over 130 years. Capital Federal, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
DQ presents how to hit summer's sweet spot. The new DQ Summer Blizzard Treat menu is here. And as the official treat of MLB, we're swinging big with our fan-favorite S'mores Blizzard Treat. Plus, new mixing bowl mashup with brownie batter and chocolate chip cookie dough. And even more in our Stack Summer lineup. Hurry in today because nothing says summer like baseball and our new Summer Blizzard Treat menu. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
You know your customers. Ralph likes his coffee black on Fridays, but Mondays he takes a little cream. Jennifer comes in every 3 years when her lease is up to get the newer and better model. And for some reason, pepperoni pizza sells like crazy on Friday nights. Who knew? At Odyssey, we have the expertise to get your media plan done right. With ads like you're hearing right now, to targeted social media campaigns, search engine optimization, and location-based advertising. Advertise with Odyssey and help us grow your business. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Shocker Sports are brought to you by American Family Insurance. In Wichita, see Agent Kerry Mock. And in Valley Center, see Agent Tim Dink.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
The new pitcher for Wichita State, sophomore left-hander Drew Iverson. This will be his 14th appearance. He's pitched 9 innings and has given up 17 hits and 11 runs for an 11.00 ERA. His most recent appearance was against Oral Roberts last Tuesday, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. And prior to that, had pitched in the previous midweek game against BYU. He'll come in to face Caleb Estes with the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Charlotte already leading 6-0. That's been the score since the 3rd inning. And I don't think that we're going to sound too negative here in implying that Wichita State is probably going to lose this game, given who they're facing and the deficit that they're down. That's a pretty likely possibility. And therefore, the performance by Jeremiah Arnett today, pretty important, because the Shockers are likely to be facing a situation where they're going to have to fight back through the loser's bracket. They're going to need a lot of pitching. And Arnett gave them 4 strong innings today. Didn't force them to just keep bringing more and more guys out of the bullpen, and that could prove to be important going forward.
Well, it'll either be important or not important by the end of the day tomorrow. We'll know one way, but I think he gave Wichita State everything that they could have hoped for in a situation where the game was really threatening to just get completely off the rails. So that is what Arnett brings. Is when he comes into the game, you know he's going to get outs, you know he's going to throw strikes. And the Shockers got what they were hoping for from him today.
Now Caleb Estes, a right-handed hitter, facing the left-hander Iverson. First pitch is low for ball 1. Now Charlotte could still completely blow it open here. They've got the bases loaded with 1 out. And Estes, who came into the game with 10 runs batted in all year in 87 at-bats, has 3 already and a chance to pick up more here. 1 ball, no strikes. Time called. Estes starting at first base today. I mentioned in the pregame that their all-conference first baseman Cody Gunderson out with a broken hand. 1-0 pitch. Bounce toward third. Johnson charging, scoops it, throws home. Get the force there. And a good play. And Johnson looks like he just pulled a hamstring. He scooped it up on an in-between hop, kind of a little awkward hop, and then kind of off one leg through home. He gets the force on Bain, but he was holding his left hamstring. Jake Meyer, the trainer, out to check him. Now, we'll hope it was just a cramp maybe instead of a pull or a strain, because that would be a big loss for the Shockers. Their leading hitter down, and looks like Jake Myers stretching that like it might be a cramp. Normally, if it's a pull, you don't go stretching on it. So it looks like it must be a cramp that Johnson developed after that play.
That is not super uncommon when you come down here to Florida. You play in the super hot and humid conditions. Wichita State, obviously, being from the Midwest, not as used to that. And so it is something that can definitely rear its ugly head. But looks like Cam's going to be fine. He's back to his feet, and I think he might even stay in this game.
On his feet and stretching like you would then to stretch a hamstring, like doing toe touches and that sort of thing. Still trying to kind of walk it off. Brian Green out there to kind of see how it's going to go. Well, anyway, obviously that's what it was a cramp, and that's a sigh of relief for as long as the Shockers keep playing. They need Camden Johnson. Takes a drink of water. If you've had leg cramps, and all of us have, sometimes it just takes a little while to get that relaxed feeling back into it. That one obviously really seized up. He's gimping a little, but going back out to play third base. Gets a nice hand.
Now we just hope that a ground ball isn't hit to the left side of the infield.
And now with 2 outs, the Shockers can get their infield back to normal depth. They were kind of in at the corners looking to come home with the force at the plate. And now also it gives Iverson a left-on-left matchup as he faces Juan Rivera, who's been a tough out today. 2 for 3 with a walk. He has a single and a double, as well as a walk and a fly ball to center. And the first pitch to him is driven into center. Coming on is Duncan. He's there and makes the catch. So Iverson comes on with the bases loaded and one out, gets both men that he faced, and keeps the score right where it is. No runs, one hit, no errors, 3 men left on base, and it is Charlotte 6, Wichita State nothing after 7.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Mike Renner in Wichita, Josh Alexander in McPherson, or Brittany Dunlap in Arkansas City.
For over 25 years, Patton Termite and Pest Control has proudly served Wichita and the surrounding communities. We're locally owned, family operated, and here for all your creepy critter needs. Hi, I'm Jerry Marsh, President and CEO of Patton. When we provide pest control for our customers, we aren't just killing bugs, we're protecting people's homes, health, and families. Call us today or visit our website. We're here to help. Patton Termite and Pest Control.
Shocker Sports are brought to you by American Family Insurance. In Wichita, see Agent Chris Post. In Newton, see Ken Hall. And in Hayesville, see Agent Forrest Hummel.
Sports Radio KFH.
Bottom third of the order for Wichita State in the 8th, and we were not quite sure what Charlotte might do. We guessed that they would send Blake Gillespie back out, and they have, to pitch the 8th. He has thrown 92 pitches through 7 shutout innings. He's allowed 2 hits with 1 walk and 11 strikeouts. And he'll be facing Cam Durnan, Zeb Henry, and Caleb Duncan here in the Shocker half of the 8th. Charlotte got 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third. And that's the way it has stayed since then. 6-0, 4 straight scoreless innings turned in by Jeremiah Arnett with last 2-out help from Iverson, Drew Iverson, in the bottom of the 7th. Cam Durnan 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded to short. Gillespie into the wind, and that ball's hit high in the air to left center. Didn't quite have the depth. The center fielder waiting and makes the catch for the first out. It seems a small victory when the Shockers put 1 in play today. 11 strikeouts among their first 21 outs. Zeb Henry coming up. Tried to bunt his way on his first time up, was thrown out by the third baseman, and then hit one right on the nose his last time, but drove it right at the right fielder. The wind by Gillespie, the pitch, and Zeb takes a fastball low. I'm going to have Denning repeat a really interesting stat about Jeremiah Arnett here when we get just a second. But his strikes to pitches thrown was amazing. That's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Denning.
So he was at 40 pitches and 31 strikes when he was 0-2 on Noah Furch, which is better than 75%, and then missed with 8 straight to finish his outing.
Henry takes low, 2-1, and most likely got a little tired. That was getting near the end of his normal time on the mound, but really a good effort by Jeremiah today.
If anything, just weird how quickly the fatigue set in.
2-1, hit hard and inside the bag and down the line in right field. Henry rounding first, headed for second. The right fielder still trying to pick it up. He's going to go for third, and it's just now getting back to the infield. It's the leadoff triple for Zeb Henry.
1-out triple, but yes, first of the year.
Sorry. That's 2 really good swings in a row for him also. Last time he hit it hard right at the right fielder. That ball was hit sharply right inside the bag at first. So 3rd hit for Wichita State, and the first real chance they've had at scoring a run off Gillespie today.
Zeb has pulled 2 balls really hard. And this one shot just fair inside the first base bag. It's a tricky right field corner as well, and Furch had a hard time digging it out of there.
So here's Caleb Duncan, who has struck out and flied to left. The fly he hit to left his last time up would be good enough to get Henry home from third if he could duplicate it. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. So 3 hits for the Shockers. Runner at third, 1 out. Gillespie looking in, comes set. 0-1. And that's over at the knees for a strike, 0-2. I was actually thinking we might see Caleb shorten up there, maybe try to bunt for a hit. Shockers down 6-0 in the 8th. 0-2. Struck him out. That was in the dirt, dug out by the catcher Poteet, who tags him for the second out. So that greatly diminishes the chances of getting that run home now with 2 out in the inning. 12 strikeouts for Blake Gillespie. And the batter, Camden Johnson, who just moments ago got a cramp in his hamstring, making a play on a slow ground ball. But he's going to come up to hit. 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. They're going to swing 3 of their 4 infielders around to the right side. And the first pitch to Cam is a fastball at the knees on the outside corner. Gillespie's been really good today against everybody, but seems like he's saved some of his best pitches on the black for Camden Johnson. He's had some tough strikes to deal with. 0-1. Hit to the left side, base hit into left field, and the Shockers have a run. They were pulled all around to the right side. The whole left side of the infield was pretty much wide open, and that's where he hit it. So a nice job by Camden Johnson to get the Shockers' 4th hit, and they break up the shutout as Zeb Henry trots home to score.
And Camden Johnson trots to first. He was clearly not moving at 100%, but still had enough on that backside to shoot one the other way. I was really surprised at that shift, Mike, to be honest with you. Cam just hits the ball to the left side of second base so often.
And Gustafson also, and they had a big shift on against him the last time up. Here is Jordan Rogers, and he takes a strike up and away. He's had a tough day. He hit it well his first time up, hit a sharp grounder right at the shortstop, and then has struck out twice. Runner at first, 2 down, 6-1 now. Charlotte leading in the 8th. And that one is fouled straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, if Rogers could get on here, you got Livingston coming up next, and all of a sudden you're looking at a possibility of the Shockers having a chance to get back in the game. But it's 0-2 to Jordan, and the 0-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging, got him again. 13th strikeout for Blake Gillespie as he completes 8 innings. The Shockers do break through on the scoreboard. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. After 7.5, Charlotte 6, Wichita State 1.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just 2 deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know, like us.
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
Shocker Sports are brought to you by American Family Insurance. In Wichita, see agents Brad Woody and Ryan Woods. In Derby, see agent Gene Geringer.
This is KFH.
Drew Iverson back to the mound for Wichita State in the 8th. Faced 2 hitters, retired them both in the 7th to leave the bases loaded for Charlotte. Wichita State just scored its first run of the day, but the Shockers trail 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Charlotte with 6 runs on 11 hits and no errors. Wichita State 1 run, 4 hits and no errors. Conference Pitcher of the Year Blake Gillespie has struck out 13 in 8 innings, and I would guess he is probably done for the day at 105 pitches, but we'll see. Leading off for Charlotte will be Logan Poteet, the catcher, and he is 1 for 4. He singled to drive in a run in the second. Second team all-conference selection. Right-handed hitter facing the left-hander, and Iverson's first pitch to him is fouled to the right, out of play.
Well, if Wichita State gets through this game having only used Jeremiah Arnett and Drew Iverson in relief, that is a minor miracle, and the Shockers will actually feel okay about their pitching situation, all things considered.
0-1. Fastball in, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I'm not going to go to good. You lose the game, and so it becomes a significantly tougher task to battle back through the loser's bracket. But if you're going to lose, to only have used that few of arms is significant.
Fastball in, it's 2-1, and not Arnold, not Potter,
right,
etc. So, unless things change here, the Shockers will play the second game of the day tomorrow against the loser between East Carolina and South Florida. Here's a foul to the right, out of play by Poteet, and it's 2-2. The first game between Rice and Florida Atlantic will start at 1 Eastern, noon Central, and the game involving Wichita State would start 47 minutes after the completion of that one. So my guess would be between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, probably sometime in that range, Central Time tomorrow. Looks like Poteet maybe hurt himself. The trainer's coming out to talk to him.
Hand.
Robert Woodard, the head coach, out.
The immediate concern whenever a guy kind of grimaces and is feeling around on that hand after a swing is a hamate. That's just such a weird injury to me.
Oh, man.
It's something that a hitter's swinging in their normal course of action, and it can be an injury that'll sideline you for weeks. For those who don't know, it's a very small bone in the hand that can get broken on just a normal swing from the force of the knob of the bat.
Iverson's next pitch to Poteet, high foul down the right field line. It's going to get out of play, and didn't seem to react much on that swing. Count's sitting at 2-2. Poteet, then Connor Marinac and Dawson Bryce for Charlotte here in the 8th. And the 2-2 bounces across the plate. It's all the way full. Brady Hamilton will go for the Shockers tomorrow. And again, bullpen in pretty good shape the way things have gone today. Three-two pitch on the way. And low and inside for ball 4. Poteet draws a leadoff walk. That is 5 walks now by Shocker pitching today. And the batter, Connor Marinac. And he has gone 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Put the ball in play for the first time, his last time up with a ground ball to shortstop. Marinac coming off a conference schedule in which he hit .302 and started all 27 games. His season average about 30 points below that, .272 coming into this afternoon. Right-handed hitting shortstop, batting 3rd in the order, runner at first, nobody out. Drew Iverson with the pitch. It's popped up and may stay in play over toward the first base stands. Livingston chasing, Henry over, and neither one of them quite got there. I think it hit the tarp roller and bounced up off of that into the stands. It looked like Livingston had a tough time picking it up.
He didn't see it.
Henry had a better angle coming across, but just had a long way to go.
It was tough for Livy because he is holding the runner on at first, so he kind of had to go straight back rather than at an angle to that. And like you said, Henry's angle was easier. He's reading that ball off to the side instead of just looking straight up and having to run straight back.
but he is playing way up the middle, so he had a long way to go. This ball is hit in the air to right. Jordan Rogers moving under it. He's there, makes the catch, and the runner at first holds on. The runner at first, Poteet, showed no signs of even thinking about tagging. You could hear one of the Shockers yelling, "No tag, no tag." One out, runner still at first.
Really tough day for Marinac, who is an outstanding player for Charlotte. Struck out in each of his first 3 at-bats, a rollover his last time up, and now a pop-out.
Well, here is Dawson Bryce, who's gone 2 for 4, a single and a double. Drove in a run in the first. Iverson in the stretch. And the first pitch to Bryce, and that one bounced 3 or 4 feet out in front of home plate, bounces past me on to the backstop, and a very wild pitch, sending the runner to second.
Not much of a chance for Mo to make a stop there. We have the benefit, being on a natural surface, of being able to see where a ball hits when it bounces in the dirt. It obviously leaves an imprint. And there's no imprint on the dirt because I don't know if that one got to it in the batter's circle.
Runner at second now with 1 out, a 1-0 count to Bryce. And the pitch to him is swung on and missed. Dawson Bryce is all-conference as well, named all-conference at third base. Really came on late in the conference schedule and ended up leading the league in conference games only at 387. Swings and lines it, and a diving catch by Henry. Tries to scramble to the bag, but the runner got back. Really good play by Zeb Henry, and tried to scramble, even crawl to the bag to double off Poteet, but he was back first.
That ball was scalded. My goodness. Almost took the glove off of Zeb Henry, who made a great play on the backhand side there. And that's good base running as well from Poteet. That could have very easily been an inning-ending double play.
So 2 down, a runner at second. Carson Bain up for the 5th time. He is 1 for 4. He singled his last time up, leading off the 7th, and now Anthony Claggett hustling out. We'll see if he wants to bring in a right-hander to face this one-hitter. Drew Iverson has retired 4 of 5 that he has faced. He did give up that leadoff walk in the inning, and he is going to come out. The Shockers will make a call to the bullpen. It's brought to you by Capital Federal, trusted banking and loans for your family, home, and business. True Blue for over 130 years. Capital Federal, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Kick off summer with Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Plus, get up to 40% off select major appliances and save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances $396 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/28. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Take your business to the next level with Odyssey Wichita. You know our iconic radio brands, but with cutting-edge digital marketing and digital audio solutions, we connect you directly with your audience, driving results like never before. From targeted ads and geofencing to podcasting, streaming, and other digital audio platforms, we create tailored strategies to maximize your brand's visibility. We track performance, optimizing campaigns every step of the way. Trust Odyssey Wichita to deliver the digital power your business needs. Visit KFHradio.com and click Contact Us.
Shocker Sports are brought to you by American Family Insurance. In Wichita, see Agent Angela Valentine. In Mulvane, see Agent Kirk Farber.
The Sports Station, KFH.
The new pitcher for Wichita State, junior right-hander Carson Richard. This will be his 24th appearance. His first, though, in about a week and a half. The last time he pitched was a third of an inning in the middle game of the Rice Series a week ago Saturday, and walked. One man got 1 out, and the runner that he walked ended up scoring. Richard, in his 23 appearances, 16 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 23 walks, and also 23 strikeouts, an ERA of 9.18. He will be facing right-handed hitting Carson Bain with a runner at second and 2 outs. And Charlotte leading 6-1 in the bottom of the 8th. It's always interesting in these situations, you got the 4 Shocker infielders all gathered around in the middle of the infield, and the runner at second base, Logan Poteet, hanging there with them and chatting as they wait for Richard to complete his warm-up tosses.
So where are you going to play summer ball? Oh, that's cool. I went and played there last summer.
Yep.
How's the wife and kids, etc.
So here is Carson Bain, 1 for 4 with a single his last time up. Shockers have held Charlotte scoreless since the 3rd, but by then they had put 6 on the board. They lead it 6-1. Carson Richard ready to work to Carson Bain. Fastball high, leaned him back, 1 ball and no strikes. Carson Richard, Karsen, pitching to Carson Bain, Carson, the more common spelling. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, fastball swung on and missed. That was big-time heat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Richard will consistently throw 95. It's just a matter of command. Runner at second, 2 out. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that was really hot down in the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He had Bain swinging around like a top after that one. He swings hard to begin with. He is a fun player to watch, in my opinion. He's just very kind of expressive and really wears his emotions on his sleeve. But that was a almost cartoonish swing right there.
That personality you just described, almost the complete opposite of the pitcher, Blake Gillespie, who is totally reserved. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Richard has thrown 2 really good fastballs. Can he throw another one here? And a little soft liner into right. It's going to drop for a base hit. Rogers charging. Runner around third, coming home. The throw will go to second base. And on an 0-2 pitch, Bain pokes a single into right field to make it 7-1 Charlotte. That run will be charged to Drew Iverson, so he gives up 1 in an inning and a third of relief. 12th hit of the game for Charlotte. Second for Carson Bain, who now has 40 runs batted in on the year. Brings up Spencer Nolan, who's gone 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a pair of fly balls to the center fielder. 7 runs, 12 hits for Charlotte. Richard in the stretch, first pitch to Nolan, and a little number along the third baseline. Well, if this game ends right where it is, this score would be exactly the same score as the game that Gillespie pitched in Charlotte in the regular season. They won the first game of that series 7-1.
I got to think the hits are pretty close, too. Let me see. 14-6 in that one, so yeah, very close.
He only gave up 2 hits in that one. The run was unearned. Pitch, the runner was going on the pitch. It got away. It was in the dirt. So it's going to be I believe he broke with the pitch.
Yes.
Did he not? So it'd be a stolen base rather than a wild pitch. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Carson Bain's first stolen base of the season. It's now 1 for 5. Count of 1 ball and 1 strike to Spencer Nolan. Richard looking back to second, 1-1 pitch. A good strike on the inside corner. That was a breaking ball that time. It's 1-2. Shocker dugout on the first base side, which started the day in the heat, bright sunshine, is partly in the shade now. One end of it is almost totally in the shade. Richard's pitch bounced that one past the catcher. And the runner moves over to third.
That was another one where Mian just really has no shot. That's way out in front of the plate. As a catcher, you can block the nastiest pitch if it is out in front of the dish, but when it's feet in front of home plate, there's almost nothing you can do. It's just going to take too bizarre of a bounce.
So a runner at third, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the hitter. And the pitch. And that's in the dirt. That time Mian was able to dig it out. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Charlotte with the run in here in the 8th. Their first run since the 3rd inning. It has raised their lead to 7-1. Runner at third, 2 out. A 3-2 count to Spencer Nolan. And the pitch. High for ball 4. So first and second, 2 out.